3-game losing streak, that one, it was Palace, Brighton, Southampton, and it was then that the board or whoever came to you and said we would like you to have a new contract. What did that do for you? I mean, I know you spoke about it a year ago. What did that do for you personally, and what do you think it did for the club to be given the confidence at a very low time on the pitch?
Well, that process started earlier than that, but it certainly gave me all the right reasons to continue here, because then it's not going to be about a game or two that we have lost. It was more about what we were doing during the season, and that made me obviously a lot of reassurance that I was in the right place with the right people.
And then, I mean, obviously it fed from, I mean, that's coming from the very top, and it runs through the whole club, and obviously the players can feel it. I mean, if you look at your record since those 3 games, those 3 defeats, I mean, it is pretty extraordinary your win, the amount of wins you've had in the league. I think it's 28 out of 36 games, and that, I know, is it too simplistic to say it was just based on that one decision to give, but because I appreciate a lot of work, but it gave, presumably it gave the momentum or kept it to push forward.
Yeah, obviously it gives you a stability, and it gives you even more drive and motivation. Then I think we have as well a better team, better players, we are better equipped, we have one more year of experience altogether. The support, the environment we have created is very helpful. I think it's a contribution of many factors that have led to this happening.
Yeah, Mikel, just on that, you mentioned earlier about the 12 managers sacked this season. So it's quite rare to have an owner and a board that, even when there's a little bit of a wobble there and there'd been the bad start to the season, to have an owner and a board with a vision to say, actually, we can see where this is going and we'll stick in.
Yes, I think the context is important, guys. We were 2 years with COVID here, with a lot of problems, and with a lot of problems that were coming from a long time. So we cannot isolate something, I think.
Can I take your mind back a little bit even further, Mikel, to a game in 1999? You played for Barcelona, first team, against Hertha Berlin. I don't know if you remember it.
Yeah.
A friendly game, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You came on as a substitute. You remember who you came on for?
Yes, Pep.
Yeah.
For sure.
It must be weird, I know you've been over this bit, but how your lives are so entwined. You couldn't have imagined, age 17, that this guy...
No, I said I had wild dreams, but for sure I could not imagine that one happening. But it's the beautiful thing of this game, of this industry. It had happened as well with very close friends that we were together in Barcelona, then we separate our work and careers, and then we go together in the same city playing for different clubs. It's just beautiful.
Did you play well?
Sorry?
Did you play well in that game?
I'm going to say yes. I don't know.
There's no video.
No evidence, so yes. Man of the match.
Lastly, to have 2 Spanish, Basque and Catalan coaches, but 2 Spanish coaches at the top of the English league, if we had that in La Liga, we'd be super excited. What is it about the culture in Spanish coaching that has had such an influence throughout the world in the last 20 years?
I don't know. I think the education of the coaches, the influence, and then giving the opportunity as well to coach top players, because at the end is what we have to do, and the game and the success depends on the quality of the players that you have, on the quality of the people that you are surrounded with, and the structure that you have at the club. And I think we all feel really privileged to be where we are.
One last one.
Mikel, you mentioned signing players who are adapted to the league. I'm just wondering what you think they bring as opposed to other players.
Well, it gives you a stability, because there is a lot of things that are part and very important part of that process that they already done, because they have experienced them, and that facilitates a lot that process, and especially when you have 5, 6, 7 new players, that a few of them are already integrated quickly to the pace, to the demands, and to the understanding that is needed in the league.
Is that something you consciously decided a year or 2 ago, that you needed more of that experience?
Well, we knew that obviously with those players that was going to get what we hoped, that it's been proven that it was the right decision.
Sounds like Trossard is one of those. What kind of strength did it give you that Arsenal spread the kind of goals and assists around so many different players when other rivals are kind of relying maybe on 1 or 2?
It's really positive, and we want to take the individual games to to the maximum of their capacity, and in order to do that, first they have to be on the pitch, which they have been, and then they have to perform to that level. But sharing goals is something that we needed to improve massively, especially from midfield as well, something that we've done better. And then the unpredictability that causes in the opponent obviously is an advantage.